So very important questions. Would you like to burn any incense? And would you like any G Fuel?
I don't think we'll need G Fuel.
Okay, I need G Fuel.
All right. I've never done incense before.
Incense? Here, while I make myself a bottle of G Fuel. Please sponsor me, by the way. We're going for the sponsorship still.
Oh, heck yeah.
Here, pick out a stick of incense from my collection.
Oh my gosh. I actually get to hold them.
Oh, can I offer you just like water though?
No, I think I'm all right.
All right. There's a fridge there. If you want to grab water, just
all right, cool. Dragon's blood.
Yeah. Some have some wacky names.
Wow, putting them all out in front of me mixes that smell. Woo! Yep,
a little bit.
Rain?
And honestly,
is there one that hasn't been used or one that you dislike a lot?
Nag Champa and Jasmine, I wouldn't say I don't like them, but I've definitely used them the least.
Fruit punch, does it?
Fruit punch kind of smells like fruit punch, actually. That was given to me by another guest on the podcast. Not someone you know, but her name was Story.
Rain. Let's go with fruit punch.
Fruit punch. Cool. Okay. I know there's only like a handful left in there, so we might.
Have you ever mixed a bunch?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, this incense holder only holds one, but I used to have one that held like 3, and I would mix and match them. Oh, there's a lot in here left still. I didn't realize.
Are they edible?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not in the sense that you should eat it. You probably could eat it if you wanted to. You can eat anything really, as long as it's not poison. But I don't imagine you want to eat this.
You probably get sick.
Probably. You know what? Maybe, just maybe, if you ate a stick of incense, your body might not like it too much.
Might not.
All right. Would you like to do the honors of lighting it?
Sure.
I got a couple lighters up there. Pick your favorite. One's got a psychedelic owl.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this must be the owl one.
Yep. And then the other one's
Clipper.
Clipper? Yeah, I like Clipper better than what's the popular brand? Bic?
Oh, that's I thought it was the name of the owl.
Oh, no.
I just thought that was the name of the owl.
No, Clipper's the brand.
Oh, okay.
I like those better than Bics because they have an
octagon.
Extension.
And they also have an extension.
An extension? What do you mean?
The Bic ones, they're super short. So you gotta roll your thumb back.
Oh.
These ones you can kind of get away with.
Yeah, I like the is it a square or it's a hexagon. A hexagonal grind wheel. And I like that a little better than just the round one. You get a better grip on it.
All right.
You want to see something cool?
Yeah.
Here. I probably shouldn't do this.
You're gonna do a bottle flip?
No. Do you know what I'm doing?
You usually do things with fire.
Yeah. I still remember the time where I licked a flaming toothpick and hold on, it didn't work. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to you smell that. I don't know what they put in there. Yeah, I remember licking a flaming toothpick in life group.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
If you are listening to this, that didn't do anything for you. But if you're watching this, that was really cool.
Oh, should I light the incense?
And I'm not going to tell you what it was. Yeah, you probably should.
Got it.
Go. All right, just give it a second. Mm-hmm. And then.
Oh, you blow it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
When I first started burning incense, I used to just light it and let the flame go. It'll be done within a minute, but that's not how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to blow it out so that it's the embers grow through the stick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's how
you can play with it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, no, I think it's just a nice.
It's another texture. Does it just show up on camera?
A little bit. Not too much, but it'll show.
That's pretty cool.
It'll be a fun little thing. All right. I still haven't introduced you. D'Artagnon is on the podcast.
Oh my goodness.
How crazy is that? I wanted to try to get you in before the school year like started, but by that time I just I think I was like starting to move at that time. So it was a little hard to get people in, and eventually I just like stopped making it for a bit, but we got you in now.
We made it.
It's been how long has it been since we've like actually seen each other? Because I don't remember the last time I went to life group.
Dude, it's probably been close to a year and a half.
Yeah, probably. By the way, thank you for being like you are one of the most like outwardly supportive people of like of the podcast, of like the YouTube channel, just everything. And I just want you to know I'm super appreciative of it. It means a lot.
I love your stuff.
Yeah,
dude,
it's
amazing.
I just appreciate it a ton. Just like just like when you hopped on the stream the other day, that was really cool. I was playing Dark Souls and you just saw me like sucking so much at it.
I genuinely had no clue what was going on.
Yeah,
because I'd like never seen the game played before.
But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you first of all.
Yeah,
appreciate it a ton.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having me on. It's awesome.
Of course,
it's cool to be here on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, it's a little different, right? Sitting right here as opposed to like watching or listening. Yeah. When you do you prefer watching it or listening it? I'm just listening to it. I'm just curious.
So the times that I've listened have been when I'm driving home or to college, to or from. But if I'm like at home, I'll definitely watch.
Okay.
Sometimes I might watch if there's any police officers. No, I wasn't watching Daniel Strohman's while driving. Just happened to be on. But yeah, no, it depends. So, okay. But either or, I love
so it's
both.
a circumstantial thing. I get it.
Sure.
I get it. I was just a little curious. I never really thought about that before. Just like, okay, what are people into? Do they prefer the listening or do they prefer the video?
Yeah, it's like a mix of both. Sometimes the video is great because then you're like, oh, look at this. Like I listened to the Prey Mantis one, just audio, and I was like, oh, I want to see, because you were talking about this like, tearing up something. I was like, I gotta see that.
I know. You want to see the video?
Yeah.
You want to see?
I do want to see the video. Okay. I want to see this video. While you're doing that, I have a little gift for you.
Oh yeah,
to start the new year.
Okay, I'm gonna turn my back to look this up, and I expect to see like the thing behind.
Okay.
All right.
Because you reacted to my story and I was like, oh, okay. I think it matches your theme pretty well.
Okay, but I'm excited.
It's temporary. It's not. Oh, this is your family room watching an ad.
Okay, it's going.
All right.
Unfortunately, my laptop literally just isn't powerful enough to record. So I need to. It's the hard drive. I think it's a little too slow. So I need to, once I have money, I'm going to change out the hard drive to an SSD and that should work out.
That should work.
Is it safe to turn?
Yeah, you can turn.
All right, I'm excited. No way!
Yes. I brought myself. Yes! That's why I didn't ask for G Fuel.
That's why you didn't ask for G Fuel.
Yep.
Oh.
And I was like, when you said G Fuel, I was like, oh crap.
It's all good.
I don't want to mix brew.
But
yeah,
okay.
You react to my story and I was like, oh, I gotta get Daniel one for the podcast.
This is literally the best flavor of Arizona.
Very good.
By the way, Arizona, if you want to sponsor me in addition to G Fuel, please contact my people.
Oh, they will.
Oh, they will.
They reached out to me.
Oh yeah.
So like literally just DM them. Post a picture of it on Saturday and they'll repost you and then they'll send certain people gift boxes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, you just, because I was like, sponsor me.
Yeah. I'll post a picture of like us on the podcast. I'll have it out front here. I'll be holding it really close to the camera like that. Like Arizona, the things I do for you. Also G Fuel.
G Fuel. Love G Fuel.
If you don't watch like my main channel, for those of you who are watching or listening, none of this makes any sense, but I made a video trying to get a G Fuel sponsorship. I don't think it's reached them yet. It's only been seen by like 30 people, but
it'll get there.
I
guarantee you it'll get there.
You know, once the channel grows, eventually someone there has got to see that video.
They will for sure. And it'll happen. You'll see it. Sure enough, these will be G Fuel leaves.
Oh yeah,
they'll have the little logo on them.
I'll have a
cool
neon sign behind me that just says G Fuel.
That would be so sick.
Yeah. But thank you so much for this. Bro. Yeah, no, like it's not even really the flavor that I like. The flavor's really good. I like how it's just like it's like very subtle, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. This one's like one of the most subtle flavors.
For sure.
I like their sweet tea too, but the sweet tea is like, I don't know,
sweet.
It's sweet.
It is sweet tea.
It is sweet tea. There are other flavors it's very strong flavors, which is why I like Arizona. But I also appreciate this one because it's just like a subtle hint of black and white.
Yeah, and I love the design on it too.
I was about to say that half the flavor is in the design on the can,
and I feel like it just matches this vibe.
Oh yeah,
you know,
I might just have to keep the can on. Like,
I'll move my yellow one out of the way.
No, keep it on there.
Keep it on.
We'll get an Arizona sponsorship.
We'll put it next to there. There we go. I might drink that. We'll see what happens.
By the way, for legal reasons, we're not sponsored by Arizona or G Fuel, but
we hope to be.
Yeah, no, half the flavors in the can. If you're just listening, it's got like this cherry blossom. It's all in black and white, except for the cherry blossoms that are pink.
Yeah,
and it just goes all around the can, and it's really cool and Japanesey. I've thought about
Japanesey.
Yeah,
I like that word.
I made it up just now. Would you believe?
It's a good word.
Yeah. No, I've thought about getting a tattoo like this.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted cherry blossoms for the longest time. Not so much anymore because I've been looking at a lot of tattoos and I've been thinking more of like, you know, I'm half Filipino, right? So I wanna do something like I kind of want to represent my culture a little more.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I'm thinking for like on my right arm, a half sleeve of like a Filipino tribal tattoo. That like runs onto my hands a little bit. I'll have to show you some tattoos.
You have to show me.
We'll go down the list of things. We'll get there eventually.
We will get there.
And then I was thinking of like a half floral sleeve on this arm, just of like different flowers from the Philippines.
Yeah, that's sick. I've thought about tattoos.
Yeah.
My mom always said, she goes, I asked her, I was like, Mom, can I get a tattoo? She goes, once you got your own house, you can. So I was like, all right.
Fair enough.
That's fair enough, Mom.
Yeah. Any in particular that you've been itching to get?
You know, because I'm like, okay, so I want to get a tattoo, right? But I don't want it to be like, you ever see those people that have like an impulse tattoo and it's like a turtleneck sweater, and then they like make up something to be like, oh, this is my aunt's sister's dead cat sweater or something like that. You know, and I'm like, is this something cool that like my kids would think would be cool? You know, something like that.
Yeah.
I think Noah has it, but he has the fused lightning bolt on his forearm. And that'd be pretty cool. I have no clue yet, though. Something
eventually. Like, it's definitely something that's going to happen, but you just don't know what yet.
Yeah, for sure. My dad has a really cool one. It's on his back, and it's Sanskrit. And it's Sanskrit for complete. And inside it is me and my sister's names.
That's actually really wholesome.
Yeah, so it's like blue, and it's really cool because you look at it and you're like, what is that? And then you like look closer and you see like our names in it. It's like, oh, that's really intricate.
Yeah, that's really cool actually. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of torn between this idea that like I want my tattoos to mean something, but also I just like want fun tattoos.
Right.
Like there's this one tattoo that I was convinced that I wanted for the longest time. And it's this lady in, I think she's in Berlin. Berlin or Belgium, one of the two. I'm not sure. One of the B Europe countries. Same country, basically.
Same country.
But she goes by the name Bowser. Bowser Tattoos. And she most of her tattoos like are just these poorly drawn caricatures with some not quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Not like metaphorical, but like some like abstract saying under it.
Okay.
And there was this one she did that I thought was like the most beautiful thing ever because it was a poorly drawn tiger in diapers and cowboy boots.
Oh, no.
No, but wait. All right, so it's just like chicken scratch the way the tiger's drawn.
Right.
But it has a tattoo on its chest of like a really well drawn tiger. and under it says, "I'm never going to financially recover from this." And I just thought it was like just like a small thing of that, like on my arm somewhere. I think it's like
that would be so
cool.
funny.
It's
a tattoo of a tattoo in a tattoo.
Yeah, no, exactly. I like the dynamic of how it's like the main body of it is poorly drawn, but because it has like a really well drawn tiger on it, you know the artist has like actual skill. But yeah, I love art like that where. You know the artist can do better, but they're channeling it into something that's like I hesitate to use the word dumb, but like dumbed down a little bit.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you have any particular styles of art that you're into?
You know, I don't know about like written art. Is fashion art?
Fashion? I would say so. It depends. I think for like anything, there's not really a fine line, but there's a distinction, whether it is fashion, whether it is drawing or painting or writing. There is a distinction between art and what is just like someone's hobby or like something else like that. But I would say fashion can fall into the category of art.
I don't know. I do like writing. I think specifically in like music, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. No, you've done a lot of music.
Yeah.
Like, is that something that you're trying to pursue in the future, or is it just kind of like is it just like a fun hobby to do on the side?
Well, it was a fun hobby, but I put out my first song on Spotify just back in October, and that was kind of the tester to see if whether this is something that could be something else.
Yeah.
And the people seem to really, really enjoy it. And it did really well. And I think I'm working on an album right now. And since I've been back, I've been working, and it's getting really close to being able to be recorded and final. We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. But yeah.
What stage in the process of creating this album are you? Are you in like we're still finding beats, or we're still in the creation of beats, or are you in like the writing stage? I guess while we're at it, just talk about like what's your process for this right now?
So I didn't originally plan on making an album. I just wanted to release song after song. And it turned out I had songs that I'd never ever recorded or released, but lyrics done, beat is done and bought. So I was like, why don't I just compile stuff from quarantine? Because during that season, I made a bunch of songs, but never recorded anything.
Yeah.
You couldn't go to a studio because they were all closed. So all the songs are like written out lyrically. We have the beats. It's just a matter of recording and then putting it together. So we're on that back half. So basically all the real work is done. Now it's just
it's just like
get in the studio and boom.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So you're like actually working with other people on this and getting studio time and putting like actually investing in actually made beats. Oh, that's really dope.
So yeah. So some of the beats are from YouTube, but I've talked with like creators, and I've talked to some local guys too to help edit and build. I do a lot of the recording at the church with I don't know if you remember Mark Baturin. He played the guitar on stage.
Little bit.
Yeah, so he helps with a lot of recording, and that's the guy I go to because the church studio is like super duper nice.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And it's a really great way, and he doesn't charge per hour; he charges per song, too.
Okay, that's actually really nice.
Which is a lot nicer for 19-year-old in college.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
but yeah.
No, I mean, you know my experience in music.
Oh, dude.
you know very well. It's not to say that I'm not proud of my discography.
Oh, dude.
But
it's amazing. What are you talking about?
No, every now and then I'll go back to my songs and like they'll be like, okay, like this song was all right. Like I feel like nowadays I could make something a lot better. Like for the most part, I actually have songs that I've been working on for the longest time. but just haven't like put it out or like just so close to being finished, but just haven't found like that one thing that is missing. And at this point, like I don't even have time to work on music. I'm doing all my other stuff, but like, you know, it's sitting on the back burner a little bit.
Dude.
But like,
oh man, your stuff's so good. I love it so much. It is, dude. Finals Got Me Like is still my favorite. I memorized your verse.
Really?
Like, I'm not even kidding. I'll just bring it up during my class.
Yeah, I've never been about popping bottles of champagne. I'm more about the knowledge and getting them straight A's. You drink away and you're bombing tests. I'm in algebra, plotting coordinates. Gonna go off to college because I love knowledge. See me hanging with the Asians, not the alcoholics. 4.0 GPA, my grades are flawless. What's my sexiest trait? I'd say my brain's the hottest.
Dude, that's like,
yeah,
it's so good.
I think
it's a play on words.
Yeah, for sure.
It is.
No,
and it's beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think that's like, I am a good writer. Like I know that much, but I don't know. Music is never something that I could really dedicate my life to. I feel like it's something that I would want to do on the side in the future, I think. Get like an actual producer, not like me sitting on my old dinky ass laptop that and putting together like a beat in an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do appreciate it though.
Yeah, it's super fun. But music's cool. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
What would you say is like your biggest inspiration for like your music?
Probably Bon Cantina.
I was gonna guess like Cameron,
and then MF Doom.
MF Doom, really?
Yes. So
rest in peace. By the way,
rest in peace, man. But MF Doom, man, probably like my favorite artist of all time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, hands down.
I never would have guessed that from you,
dude. MF. The thing with Doom is that he. You know, I don't want to be like, oh, he's underground. No, it's literally just because the way he can structure, like he was a lyrical artist, but in the sense where it's not your typical, like when you think of lyrical artist, you immediately jump to Eminem. But when you listen to MF Doom, it is nothing like that. And like no one else, like I strive like my best to like, you know, put lyrics and create a story and, you know, and try to give the lyrics meaning and like, try to tell a story or get a point across. But the way MF Doom is able to like start a rhyme scheme and then start another one while finishing the other one like blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to anyone watching or listening, go listen to MF Doom. I swear you've never heard another rapper that has that cadence. And it's just.
Yeah, no, like that was the very first song I listened to of his was That's That.
That's a good one.
Yeah, where it's literally just like constant rhyming throughout the first verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his rhyme scheme in particular. There's not another writer quite like that. Yeah, I would say, have you listened to Earl Sweatshirt ever?
No, I haven't.
Okay, he's like I guess you could say like underling of Tyler, the Creator.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a part of that whole like Odd Future Wolfgang thing that was around back in the day. But one of his biggest inspirations was also MF Doom. And I would say like his writing too, it's definitely distinctly his own, but especially his earlier stuff. You could see it comes like close. Of course, it's not MF Doom, but like it's you can see the reminiscence of it, and his stuff too. I like it. His stuff too just like boggles my mind.
You know, one thing that I've learned, like especially with the song I put on Spotify, is that you know.
By the way, what is that song on Spotify?
It's called Hawkeye Vibes.
Hawkeye Vibes, and your name is Bucket Hat Billy. On Spotify. Is it available anywhere else?
Apple Music, I believe. Tidal. I think it's on Instagram if you listen to music on there.
Okay. You can listen to music on that?
Yeah. So the funny thing is that like in your stories, you can put it in. And I believe there's a way where you can like listen to the whole song. And technically Instagram is free, so I mean, you could stream music.
Gotcha.
You know, if people do that, I don't know if anyone does that. I use Musi.
Gotcha.
Personally.
I used to use that all the time, where it just like streams it from YouTube.
Yep. But yeah, one thing I've noticed is that everyone sees the product, but not the process. And like, the thing that makes me so upset is that like, when you add the process to the product, it gives the final product so much more value.
Yeah.
But no one sees that. And it's just like, so there's this Instagram page called Rapzilla. And it's a Christian hip hop page. And one of the things they have that's unique to their page is that they have a thing called Critique Fridays. And they go on their Instagram Live and they say, hey, you can submit songs for $50. By the way, it's $50 to submit a song. And they'll have their producer person or what, I don't really know what he does, but like critique it. So they have the moderator in chat, of course, moderating who's sending stuff in by email, and then the guy on screen. So, you know, I'm like, you know what? It's my first Spotify song. Let's see what they say. You know, just because like, let's see what stuff they critique, like mixing or mastering or like things of that. Because that's really with how my music's kind of designed. It's kind of just beat in the lyrics. There's not a lot of, I guess you could say, theatrics to it, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So like I go in and I submit, and they're like, all right, next up we have Bucket Hat Billy with his song Hawkeye Vibes. And so when they say my name on Insta Live, the guy on stream has like a soundboard, and he plays this like tone, and it like blares like, and it just like screams like, change your name. And I was like, okay. And then like the moderator in chat was like, yeah, that name's like terrible. You need to like change it. And I'm like, what? Okay. And I'm like, all right, let's just, and then they get to playing the song. So they play the song, right? And then the song ends. And the first thing he goes, it's pretty good, but there's just no ear candy. And he went on like for a little bit talking just about how like there wasn't like any ear candy to it. And he said ear candy like 12 different times. He didn't like critique the mixing or the mastering or any of it. He just said, it needs some ear candy, and then just went on with the live stream. And I was like,
well, that's got to be very disappointing when you pay $50 for that.
Yeah, so I pay $50 to get my song, for you to critique it, maybe talk about mixing and mastering and all that, and just say, oh, it doesn't have ear candy. When like, I don't want to be biased, but I believe the lyrics do have plenty of ear candy. But it's just the realization that, you know, they don't see the product or the process to get to where that was, and like what those lyrics mean, what they're describing, which I thought was pretty straightforward. But it was just like $50 for him to just say, oh, you just need more ear candy. And then like,
well, like, yeah. Well, I would say like ear candy is this, it's like this, I understand what he's saying, but I don't know how to put it into words other than ear candy, which is probably why he said it 12 different times.
Yeah. And
it's just like, it is this very hard thing to capture where it's like, like there's something about certain songs that like sets them apart from everything else. Whether I was actually thinking about this earlier. Like, I'm not a huge DaBaby fan, but there's something. I get what you mean. But there's like, as much as you want to say that he's like this typical new generation rapper, he doesn't really have any skill. There's something about his style. There's something about the way he delivers, his lyricism, and the beats he chooses. There's something about the way it all comes together that makes it uniquely its own. And like there's a lot of ear candy there for you to listen to. Like that's not something that you'll find in every artist like that. And like, as much as you could say that DaBaby is just another mainstream artist, like there's a lot of work, and there's a lot of artistry to putting something together. Yeah. Like, have you heard the song Red Light, Green Light? Shit. I'm not a huge DaBaby fan, but I played that to work this morning.
Yeah. I mean, he just I mean, the baby's sound is different, but it was just like, I was like, man, this ain't Critique
Yeah,
Friday.
The thing is that, did he give you an example of something you could do?
No, he just said it was a 6 out of 10 and then kept going. But the 2 guys before me got 10 out of 10s. But I think it's because that, the industry's looking for a specific sound. And that sound is like what you find at DaBaby and a lot of artists is like this 808 trap. This quick hi-hat, sort of like 808 and trap beats is really what's like popular. And Hawkeye Vibes is nothing like that. Like I literally used like an MF Doom like styled beat for the song. And I think it's pretty close. Like, have you ever heard like Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube? Yeah. So it's kind of have that cadence, and it's really just storytelling. It's all about college. It generally is. I had a lot of fun making it. It was like, I wasted $50, but I think they're looking for a specific sound, and that just wasn't it.
Yeah, that is the case for a lot of things. I don't know. It's like there's there's a thought here that I'm trying to grasp for, and I just can't find the word.
Gotta find it.
We're finding the thought right now. I don't know what to tell you. Here's the thought that comes to mind. Have you ever heard Jewel?
I have not.
What's she's the lady who sings "Who Will Save Your Soul"? No, not recognizing me. I'm losing.
If you play it,
I
might
know
know
for
what
you.
it is.
I can't play it so that everyone else can hear it. But
We'll sing along.
I'll play it. That might get me a DMCA
Right,
too.
Right. What about if we sing it in a different language? Would you get?
I don't know any other languages, dude.
I don't either.
I took a year of Spanish, and I did not learn anything from that class.
My mom made me go through 4 years of Spanish.
Really?
Yeah.
She made you?
Yep.
Well, I do think that's a thing where in Illinois you have to take 4 years of a language, or maybe not like a language, but a language or an art. They say, I think, is
something like that.
Yeah. So a lot of people did go through like the 4 years of English, or not English, Spanish. I did not.
I wanted to quit after 2.
I'm sure, dude. After like even that first year was like, I'm sorry, ¿Cómo está?
Yeah. Bien.
I don't know what I just said.
I think you said, "How are you?" I don't remember.
Here. Let me just play "Who Will Save Your Soul" by Jewel.
Oh my gosh, it's your room in the ad.
Yeah.
I had incense going too.
Like, okay, so this is like 1990s, like when grunge was really popular.
Yes. Okay.
Like Kurt Cobain.
I have heard this.
Yeah. It's you and me. Dude. I can't sing along, so I'm sorry to everyone watching or listening, but like, so her sort of story is that like despite growing or like putting out music during a time where her music, like this is like country-esque music, like despite it being completely different from what's mainstream, she still made it. She still has one of the best-selling songs, best-selling albums. And despite like the odds being completely against her, there's a lot more to her story than that.
I'll have to look it up.
She has a really good podcast with Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Like it's actually really good. Out. It's a podcast where Joe Rogan actually doesn't talk that much.
Really?
Yeah. It's mostly Jewel doing the talking and just telling her story, and it's a really cool story. I won't get into it, but yeah, she was putting out music like this that's very different from what's mainstream, but like
she made it.
Yeah, she made it because there's like she has a certain talent. She hits a certain like frequency that just no one else was hitting.
Yeah, she hits a pocket.
Yeah,
for sure.
Spike ball reference.
Sure, yeah. I was thinking pool. But now that I think about it, spike ball would work too.
Yeah, okay. I'm not as much of a pool player myself.
I'm not either, but I just thinking like.
Okay.
Is that what it's called? The pocket?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I don't know. I play more spike ball though, so.
I love spike balls.
I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So yeah, like Music like that. Very cool. So what are you going to college for?
So I'm at Hawkeye Community College in Waterloo, Iowa.
Hence Hawkeye vibes.
Hawkeye vibes.
Okay, I just got it. It just clicked for me.
So I'm there. I run cross country and track, and I'm studying automotive tech.
Oh, okay.
So, but the goal is to hopefully one day do ministry in a church. That's the goal.
Yeah.
But I love cars. I like working on cars.
Oh, really? I never got that from you.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
that sense. Is that something that was like developed recently, or is it just like
from Netflix?
Really?
Yeah.
What got you into it?
So on Netflix, there's a show called Fastest Car, and I don't know if you ever heard the term sleeper car.
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
But it's basically a car. Like if you were to take a 1972 Oldsmobile wagon or like a Ford Taurus, and the outside looks like a car, but the internals are what makes it beautiful. Like it's fast. And what they do is they take these sleeper cars, right? So they take 3 each episode. So 3 cars that are like built by these people. One guy had a old like Buick, and like there's so many cool shows. One of them had a minivan. And they then take like a supercar and they drag race them. And then they take the winner from each episode, and at the end of the season, they race them all at once. And I was like, the idea that like, they can take like this basic car, your family sedan, and make it beat like a McLaren is like insane to me. I think one of the episodes that stands out is someone had a Mini Cooper that beat a Lamborghini Hurricane, I believe, or Huracan, whatever it's called.
I don't know my Lamborghini models.
But it smoked this Lambo, and it was like the funniest thing ever. And I was like, man, I really would love to work on cars. So then I watched them. Then I watched one where they like restored vehicles, and I was like, this looks kind of fun. And then like I started actually like doing stuff on my car, and I was like, why not like go to school for this? Like that'd be awesome. And I was like worried I was going to have to choose between sports and like a trade school. And then like the coach from Hawkeye like DM'd me on Instagram and was like, hey, we have a scholarship for you if you want to come out and run for us. And I'm
very
there
cool.
now. Yeah, so I'm there now, and yeah, it's been quite fun.
Yeah, like automotive stuff and like being a mechanic. That's like, it's a lot of fun, but it's also like one of the more useful skills out there. Like you can apply that to just like your daily life and working on your own car.
Yeah,
I'm not much of a mechanic myself, but I replaced the windshield wiper motor in my brother's Nissan, and it was kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like cool. Like my class, so my classroom is basically, we have like a small classroom, but we spend most of our time in the lab. But it's basically just a huge garage with a bunch of lifts, and we have a bunch of donated cars from dealerships and faculty that have cracked cars, and they donate them.
Yeah, and
it's just cool to be like, my teacher's awesome. His name's Brian. He's this big guy, and
shout out Brian.
Shout out to Brian if you're watching this. But yeah, it's just cool to be like my class is like, okay, I need to replace this alternator today, or like take this out of a car and like fix it and like learn like hands on. And it's weird coming from like a private school where it's like homework.
Yeah.
And like you were in the gifted program, right? So like
that was homework,
and then probably AP class, and like all that stuff. And then going to like, we don't really have homework, and tests don't really matter. It's about what you do in the lab. Yeah. And it's just like cool to be like, oh shoot. Like it's just such a different dynamic.
Yeah, it's not like busy work. It's like it's like actual work that applies to what you're trying to learn.
Yeah.
I got that sense even from like Rock Valley. That's of course more of a like traditional classroom setting compared to like what you're talking about. But I still got that sense of like, oh, okay, we're actually doing things related to the subject. It's not like, all right, here's 50 math problems, do it, have it tomorrow.
Right.
Like it was more, it was a lot more hands-on and a lot more interesting.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I found in my gen eds too. That it's just like, there's never like how in high school you got like that worksheet in like geography when you had to fill out a map of like East Berlin during World War II or after that. And it's just like, cool. I mean, I know where the wall was exactly now for every square inch, but it's like, okay, cool. And you just left class and you're like, all right.
That cool. I learned that, I guess.
But it's just like, yeah, colleges.
Like now how does this help me?
Right. You know, that was a big thing.
I mean, if you were like aiming to be a historian down the road, maybe that's actually really helpful.
Maybe, yeah.
But unfortunately, most people are not historians. No. I feel like that'd be kind of a badass like career though, being a historian.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Like just like normal conversations, you can just go into a deep dive and into some historical event. Yes, this reminds me of I don't know history.
2004 or
1812.
Yeah, something like that. There was no war in 2000. What?
There's wars every year.
There's wars every year. Mm-hmm. Might not be publicized, but they're there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's weird to think that the war in Afghanistan. I'm not gonna like go deep into the war in Afghanistan, but like
I was like, this is a good topic.
This is a good topic. Like, I don't know enough about it, but like a weird thought is that like we just recently pulled out of Afghanistan and we went in there back in 2001. And and that whole time you don't really even realize that's happening.
Yeah,
like it's weird. It's weird to think that like you're living here in this moment, like, and you know maybe things are hard, but like everything's for the most part fine.
Yeah.
And it's weird to think that on the other side of the world, like where there's like actual wars going on that your own country is involved in.
Yeah. It was so weird. That's just got to be weird because like when you read about history books, it's just like you hear about like, you got to wonder what was happening at home because all you hear is like what was happening on the war end of it. But what was life like back home? Was it like, oh my gosh, we're in war? Like,
yeah, or is that just like normal, like how it is?
That's what I wonder.
How it is here, like we know that there's war going on the other side, but we don't experience it ourselves in any way. Speaking of war, you want to see these mantises?
Yes, I do want to see these
hummingbirds. Check this out. So that's a hummingbird.
Daggum.
I showed this is what I showed to Jorge. All right, so that's a praying mantis.
Boom. Light him
killed
up.
A bird. Dang. Praying mantises, dude. If they were any bigger, they would run the world.
Yeah. Lethal. Goldfish.
Look, it's fighting a cat. It's not going to beat a cat, but it's holding its own.
Yeah. Oh, he's making coffee now.
Yeah. That's not a praying mantis versus coffee.
Mouse versus praying mantis.
Yeah, praying mantis versus everything. Lizard. Yeah, no, literally anything.
Ooh.
Look at this claw grip.
Woo! He's got it in his eye, in his mouth, and around his neck.
Yeah, this praying mantis is just like...
He's not going to eat that.
Bet he will.
He's not even getting through it.
No, watch.
That's when your mama overcooks the chicken. You know what I'm talking about?
No, just give it a second. Look.
Ooh.
He took out a chunk of that mouth.
Ooh.
Look at this. Look at this. He snapped its neck. He took that. The gecko,
are you serious?
The gecko escaped, and then he went back for it, grabbed it in a chokehold, snapped its neck, and started eating it again. Crickets are nothing compared to this. Yeah, and it's got like that. It's got that whole like Z arm going thing. Oh, wow. Good, an ad coming in.
Jeez.
No, praying mantises are so gnarly.
They're pretty cool.
And so is Planet Fitness. By the way, Planet Fitness, if you would like to sponsor the podcast, if you're listening.
Are you on that workout grind with the new year?
I used to be. Well, not this year, but before. I literally haven't had time to work out. Just between videos, podcasts, streaming, work.
I do not know how you do it. Like the fact that you're able to, because like what you worked from probably 8 to like what 3 today or something like that.
It was like 10 to 3.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. You work a 5-hour shift. You probably got to deal with some coworker, some crazy person. We work at Culver's, right? You work at a house. Culver's. Probably some crazy person that wants custard at like
every now and then
10, and you're like, we don't give custard at. You probably do, but we don't give custard at something like that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And then you come home. You probably got to. I'm assuming maybe film or edit, and then here do this, and then probably go back and edit, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot.
The fact that amazes me to be able to like do that.
Yeah. Like, well, I appreciate it. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is I have my 9 to 5 job, at Culver's. I go there every morning. I work my shift and then I come home. But the real career is in this room.
Right.
The real career is like the podcast, the YouTube, all the YouTube videos, mostly the YouTube videos, but podcasts too. But like this means more to me than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
This is my top priority. Don't get me wrong. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard. 5 videos a week, 6 now actually, but like one of them's kind of a cheat video. And then now I've added streaming and like the podcast. Like it is difficult to manage all of it, but if you manage your time wisely, it is possible. Like videos, that's like recording is about. Like I would say it averages about an hour. It depends on the video. Some are shorter recording, some are longer. But you have an hour long recording, maybe an hour and a half, and then I'd say a video like that averages maybe at this point I would say 3 hours of editing. I've gotten a little bit faster over time. Before that might have been like a 5 to 6 hour commitment. Now I've streamlined everything, so it's like a 3 hour commitment. Like between work and now, when we started recording, it was about 6 o'clock, right? I got off at 2:30, home by 3. So 3 to 6, like that's 3 hours. That's like maybe I didn't quite get the video done. I didn't, but like that's time to work on it.
Yeah.
And just like, if you just manage your schedule right, you can fit things in that you didn't necessarily think you had time for before. And before I wasn't streaming at all, but like I was going to the gym too, on the side. And now I don't have time for that. I used to try going at midnight. Yeah. Because that was literally the only time I had time for it. Damn. But nowadays, like, I'm just too tired by then.
Yeah, you gotta be tapped.
Yeah. But like something, I brought this up last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago, that with my podcast with Chris, where I just write everything down.
Right.
Just like, if you write things down, that helps so much with with how you're able to manage things, because now it has tangibility.
Right.
Now you can look at it and know like, okay, this has to get done. And I can fit it in here. If you like, I don't go as far as like actually scheduling out my day, but just writing everything down helps a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you do anything like that? Like, how do you manage your time? Do you manage it at all?
I think for college specifically, it's been a lot different. So like, I don't live in a dorm. I like have an apartment with my roommate.
Okay, that's cool.
Which it has its benefits. We're not near all the college parties, which is nice, because to me they're really boring. I mean, they just like drinking. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah,
you do that, cool.
I understand.
Play Minecraft.
What's absurd to me is how some people can do that like every single night and then also go to class. Like, they're on a whole different kind of grind.
Dude, the people who amaze me are like the athletes on the team who do it, and then they're still able to like perform like decently well, like still really well. It's like, I just think, I'm like, if you didn't do that, how much better would you be? Yeah. But I mean, just the fact that but like, I think like for a while I got in a really good rhythm, is that like, so my classes start at 7:30 a.m. and then they go to around noon is when I get off. And then I have practice in the middle of the day or the evening. So when I'm not, I'm doing DoorDash, because that's how I make all my income for paying off rent and groceries and things like that. So it's basically just like, if I can hit my quota on DoorDash, then I'm free to go and do whatever. But I don't have a lot of homework. So time management is more of just like, I don't even really know, to be honest. Because like, I just don't.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of variability depending on homework. It's mostly like consistent things like classes and then meeting your quota for DoorDash every day, stuff like that. Whereas like, a lot of other people, including myself, we have like, there's like certain things you have to get done that you don't necessarily know exactly how long it'll take. Maybe DoorDash is that for you. Because I like, The girl I'm talking to now does door dashing exclusively. So
the girl you're talking to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, I'm in the same boat. Same boat, man.
Yeah, you're talking to a girl. Nothing nothing official, but like
we're close. It's close.
Yeah.
At least I think it is. I think it's really close.
Yeah, you don't have to go into detail or anything, but like, how'd you guys meet?
So she goes to Hawkeye as well. We met through the cross. Well, how I remember meeting is like we met at practices, of course. But I remember I was driving. So I had to be at school August 1st for preseason training.
Oh, damn. That's pretty early.
Yeah, I was there August 1st, and
that's really early, actually.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I was like, frick. Yeah. I wanted to work another week, but that didn't happen. I was coming back to Rockford during that preseason time for the weekend, and I did an Instagram live just to make the drive go quicker because I don't have to. I literally go straight the whole way. I don't have to change lanes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Not even a lane
I take
change?
20 and just, like it's dead straight.
Yeah.
Well, there's like
how long would you say that takes?
Depends how fast I'm going, but usually like 3.5 hours, somewhere in there. When she hopped on the Insta Live and was the only person to, I was like, I didn't expect this person from the team to join. And
that's
I asked if she had Snapchat, and then I Snapchatted her, and then sure enough, the snowball kept rolling, I guess you could say. And it was really cool. And I didn't have many other friends at Hawkeye at the time. So I was like, cool.
Oh, that's actually really wholesome. That's like you hopping on my stream. Appreciate it, but I'm sorry, not that way. Okay, I just made that awkward. I apologize.
I wasn't even thinking of it that way.
Oh, okay. All right, distraction. What if I almost actually landed that? Oh, flip that.
That would have been bad. I feel like it would have broken something.
Not gonna lie. The girl I'm talking to now, we met on Bumble.
No way.
Yeah.
Here, one sec. Watch this. Are you an ASMR guy?
Not really. No,
I'm
not at all.
either.
Oh, that was good. That was a good sound.
That was like.
That was.
It was like if you squished a cat.
Mm-hmm. That just processed.
I've never done that before, but
I don't know, like that went over my head for the first second, just like if you squished a cat. And then it took a second and I was like, oh, that's what he said. But yeah, no, it was like, a few weeks after getting out of my last relationship, I got, I downloaded Bumble. I'll admit it. I got on Bumble. And a few other apps too, not to be named, but she was like one of the only people that I matched with, and she was actually able to hold a conversation, which you cannot say for most people on those apps. Which that caught my eye. The fact that she could hold a conversation, probably one of the most like attractive qualities in people, is like being confident. Yeah, I'll just list off my favorite qualities in people that I'm attracted to.
Viewers, get your pen and paper out.
I'm hoping to be taken soon, so maybe.
Always got to have a pot on the back burner, man.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see here. Confidence, being able to hold a conversation, and what's the last one?
Turtlenecks.
No. I'm sorry.
I'm not going one.
Oh, I had that song, Some Turtleneck. Yeah. I hate that song so much. Probably one of my least favorite songs in my discography. But what was I gonna say? What is this one? I'm looking for the word for it. I know like the concept behind it. I'm grasping so many times during
What's
this.
the concept?
Just like
gotta lasso it in.
I'm trying to find the specific word. I'm looking for determined. Determination.
Okay. All right.
Like the just like career wise, I mean. Like,
oh, okay. Yeah. I get what you mean.
Having just like
a goal.
Yeah, goals, and not only just having a goal, but like strongly working towards that. Those are probably my favorite qualities in people.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. I've always had that list. You know, I think everyone has that list of like, I want this, this, and this. But I've never had a girlfriend before, and it like freaks me out when I like consider dating. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like just in my brain, I guess.
I don't know. What freaks you out about it, do you think? Is it like the commitment? Is it like will this person like fulfill me and meet all like the expectations, or like what about it is it?
Yeah.
Or is it just the sheer fact that it's kind of a new thing for you?
That, and then I think it's just like, you know, like not to like make this into like I'm a Christian guy. So like,
yeah.
Like when I look at dating, you know, I want to be like, you know, like I'm going to love God more than I love this person. Like that's a quality I want in the other person too.
Yeah.
But just like, I think the thing that scares me the most is that I've seen so many like people get together and then, and then like separate. And then the friendship they had is now tarnished. And it's like, you know, I don't ever want to be in a position where like I'm best friends with this person. I rather have a great friendship than a decent relationship.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, I really want to work hard so that if things don't work out, we can go back to square one of just being friends. And like, that's like what I want the most. But the scary part is like not doing well enough to.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'll tell you. And this applies to just about everything, whether it's relationships, working towards a career, anything, is that if the further you want to try to make it, the more risk that's going to be involved.
Right.
And that's kind of a given for just about anything.
Yeah.
You have to make you whatever it is, there's going to be a risky investment if you want to hit it big.
Yeah. And just the work you have to put in.
Yeah,
to
no,
like
exactly.
Upkeep it.
No, exactly. And the thing is that if you are going to go for a relationship, then like you are going to inevitably put that friendship at risk. And that's just something that you have to understand going into it, and just something that you'll have to deal with when the time comes.
Yep.
It's tough because like the last relationship I was in, it turned out that we were actually neighbors. She was around the corner.
Oh, wow.
So we were like just best friends for a month. And then we started dating, which, you know, me too. I was very apprehensive about it at first. Like I was very assertive in my mind about the idea, like, okay, we're just going to be friends. And like, there's not going to be a relationship between this because I don't want to risk that friendship.
Right.
Like we live so close. She's really cool. And like, I'm okay with not being in a relationship with this person. But then she ended up being like really cool. And we did get to that relationship point. And you know, this ended a little while ago. And you know, we're not on like it's not spiteful between us at all.
Right.
We don't talk ever anymore. But it's not like there's spite between us. Unfortunately, that's not the case for every breakup.
Yeah.
There's tons of breakups where, you know, it is very spiteful. Like you guys are going to be cutting each other off afterwards.
Yeah.
But you know, I think I actually made a video the other day, like looking back on like my year, and I talked about this where, you know, even if something like that does come to an end, there's a lot there to appreciate about it. And there's a lot that you can learn about it. And you have to recognize, like, even if you do lose it, it's not the end of everything.
Yeah.
It's not the end all be all. That wasn't your only chance. It was an opportunity to learn from that and appreciate what you did have in that moment.
Like the journey is the goal sort of type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you can apply that to anything, really, any venture you take.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, even if you do lose what you had in the end, like that's just an opportunity to do it better.
Yep.
The next time.
Yeah.
So obviously you're going to live your life exactly how you want to. Like I'm not going to tell you what you should do regarding this potential relationship, but I leave you with that advice. Like you're going to have to take a risk if that's what if that's something that you really want. I guess just like go with the flow. Don't have any expectations really, and don't expect a breakup, but know that if it does happen, like there's still a lot to appreciate there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's the thing. Still processing at the time, just like, all right, how do we figure this out? Yeah, just take my time. Don't want to rush it.
Yeah, no, it's a very scary thing. In my first relationship, I was such a dingus. Like I wasn't a mean person, but I was very clueless about everything about relationships, and that's just how it is. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's all about how you work through each thing, whether or not you can continue to grow. Unfortunately, during that time, I just remained kind of clueless.
Bro.
Yeah. Well,
growing's cool, man. I remember like looking back, like sometimes I look back through Josiah's photos, like Josiah Smith. And I remember like at summer camps, like you guys would always take a picture wearing the same shirt.
Yeah.
Dude.
And you just see my hair growing over the years.
Dude, I'd look back at some of those memories and I'm like, dude, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's just, it's weird to think how, especially when you think that far back, how different you were. I even just looking back a year ago, you think about how much you've grown, how much you've changed, how much is different. And then to think back, 6 years ago, like I was an infant basically.
It's just like, what? Oh my gosh. You just look back, you're like, I was 5'1".
Yeah. Dude, you are a very tall lad now.
I'm not super tall. I'm like 6 foot.
That's tall. The average is what, like 5'8", 5'9" for guys in the United States.
There's a guy on my team. He runs distance running, and he's 6'4".
He's tall.
He's a giant.
Yeah.
How do you run?
And that's only 4 inches taller than you.
I know, but it's so much. Like he can dunk, and I can't. It's like,
well, yeah. Those couple of inches do make a difference
for sure. Man.
Well, Dart, we are closing in on over an hour here.
Oh my goodness.
Is there anything else that you want to add to the podcast? Is there any specific topics that you wanted to discuss while you were on here? Is there anything you want to leave the people with?
Leave the people with?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't...
Any giant moral lessons for everyone listening that will change their lives from this day forward?
I mean,
no pressure.
Okay. This question's like a perfect, like in the shower, like arguing with a teacher type question. You know what I mean? Like you always have the argument planned out. And you're like, I got this. And you go on like the best spiel ever in the shower. But I think if I could leave the viewers with one thing, I think it would be to wrestle with your doubts and don't be afraid of them. Like when you wrestle with your doubts, it's not a bad thing. And I think our world sees it because we live in a world of certainty. If I don't know something, I look it up. We have video games that download in instance. I mean, we want Alexa, what's the weather today? And way back, people were like, it might be cloudy, could rain. I don't know. And I think it's just wrestle with your doubts and then, see the other side. Because there's a beauty in that, like, wrestling, and like you start to discover more. I guess like if you're on the hiking trail, don't get focused on the end that you miss everything else around you. So I think if I were to leave, and then drink Zonies.
Drink Arizona and G Fuel. A beautiful note to end it on. Well, thank you for being on, D'Artagnon.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Amazing.
You said that the hat was going to come off, and it never did.
It never did.
It stayed on. Go ahead. Plug your stuff, by the way. Plug like your Spotify, your music, if you want to.
Yeah.
No pressure.
I'm on just Bucket Hat Billy. I use Twitter occasionally. Spotify, Bucket Hat Billy.
He has a couple songs out.
Yeah, I have some songs on SoundCloud if you want to listen to them. Hawkeye Vibes, song coming soon, a single release, hopefully.
And eventually an album.
Eventually an album, yes.
Down the road a little bit.
So yeah, I mean, if you want to follow me, you can play Minecraft or Roblox. Yeah.
By the way, don't change the name. Bucket Hat Billy.
I won't. It's staying. It's staying.
Now that they've said it, now that those people on, what was it, Rapzilla? Now that they said it, you have to show them up. It has to stay. Now you have to show them up. Well, thank you so much for being on, D'Artagnon. Yes. I think that was a beautiful note to end it on.
What did I say? Namaste?
Namaste.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means, but someone says it out there. At least one person has.
Is dabbing still in? Am I cool?
And thank you for listening.
Can we throw in the Harlem Shake?